MTC artists, and welcome back to Art Outside the Classroom. My name is Jenna Miller, and today we will be talking about the elements of art, in particular, shape. So in our last episode, we began talking about the elements of art. The elements of art are the basic principles in which we can break down how we look at a piece of art. This will help you learn how to make decisions in your art making and also how to talk about art with other people. So if you recall, the elements of art are as follows: line, shape, color, value, form, texture, and space. In art, shape is defined as a flat enclosed area that has two dimensions: length and width. We can classify shapes into two separate categories. The first category is geometric shapes. Geometric shapes are mathematically perfect shapes. Think about that perfect circle. There is not a flaw in that circle. Think about a rigid triangle with three lines connecting it to make a sharp, pointy, perfect triangle that when you fold it in half, it's the same on both sides. Those are examples of geometric shapes. The other type of shape that we have is organic shapes. Organic shapes are shapes that you might see out in nature. For example, we look up at the sky and clouds. They all have irregular boundaries to them, irregular outlines, some that come up more than others, some look like bunnies, some just look like big old blobs. This is a great example of an organic shape. Let's take a look at how artists use shape in their work. Our first image is by artist David Hockney. When you look at this painting, what you can see is that he is representing a pool with a house and a deck, and down here is a diving board. But notice how nondescript David Hockney's shapes are. They're very broad and do not have very much detail in them, but you know exactly what you are looking at because of how carefully he placed his shapes. Now tell me, are these careful, perfect shapes organic or geometric? These are geometric shapes. Remember, geometric shapes are mathematically perfect, the type of shape that you would see in buildings. What David Hockney does in this painting is guides your eye using careful repetition of shape. You see a lot of rectangle shapes. You see his sky is divided into a rectangle, as is his pool. But wait, something is interrupting our geometric shapes. And that is this crazy splash. As you can see, David Hockney is having a lot of fun with this painting as he carefully painted in all of those details and those broad shapes, and then splash paint across the bottom of the canvas to act as if he had just jumped in this pool. David Hockney creates this painting using his shape purely to have it interrupted by this big old splash in this pool, and I think that is pretty awesome. What do you see in this painting? I see 1, 2, 3 blue horses. Now, check out these horses and how curvy they are. Are horses this curvy in real life? No. You know, I haven't seen any blue horses in real life either. Franz Marc is exaggerating his shapes, meaning he's making them more curvy than they actually are. Is this organic or geometric shapes? These are organic shapes, the type of shapes you would see out in nature, the horses. He is exaggerating the natural form of the horses to make these beautiful, round, bulbous, organic shapes. Notice how the curves of the horses mirror and mimic the hills in the background. Do you feel relaxed when you're looking at this? Do you feel anxious when you're looking at this? What do you feel? I get a feeling that I'm looking at a fiery sunset in which all the colors of my imagination are twisted and everything is more real than it actually is in real life. I have this sense that the landscape and the horses are bubbling up. They have a lot of energy to them. I am getting a soft feeling to this though. What would happen if this artist would have used geometric shapes? I think it would have interrupted the soft feeling of this painting and made it much more punchy and more energetic. But I don't think that's what he wanted. I think this artist wanted a sense of calm in his painting, and he wanted the colors to be the thing that you're paying most attention to. So there you have it, guys. That is our quick overview of shape. And that is our second element of art that we have covered so far. Remember, shape is a flat, two-dimensional, enclosed area in a piece of art. Two-dimensional, of course, meaning that it only has the two dimensions, length and width. We talked about two different types of shapes that we can find in art, which are geometric and organic. Just like lines, geometric and organic shapes cause our brain to think different things when we see them. This can really help you to make the exact painting that you want to make and get the exact reaction you want from your audience. The more you look for shapes, the more you realize what they can do for your mind and for your art. Thank you so much for joining me today in Art Outside the Classroom. I cannot wait to see you next time where we end up talking about the third element of art, which is color. I hope you guys have a lovely week, and I cannot wait to see you again soon. Bye now.